Thank you so much. Yep, we are getting into the stuff today. Joseph said, hey beauty, Sunday's been good. Trust yours has been good as well. Yes, mine has been awesome. Trust me, awesome. I had a lot of work to do, but I enjoyed doing them. It was awesome. Newton said, wow, I think I would like this one. Without any much waste of time, someone is already wondering, time management. What are we going to talk about today? This whole time management thing. Let me shift my glasses so you can see my face clearly. How are you doing? So we're going to be talking about the myth of time management. And trust me, whenever it has to do with time, we have to talk about it because everyone in life deals with time. A baby, a grown-up, a grandmother, a grandfather, everyone deals with time. So if you get in, just go ahead and say hi so I can say hi to you. I want to be sure that you're there and we are going together and we are flowing together. And go ahead and share the video so other friends can join us. Yes, Newton said, wow, I think I like this one. For sure, trust me, you're going to like it. So let's get into the whole deal. And as we are talking, guys, it's a conversation. I want to know what's going through your mind. Drop a comment, and something you're saying could be a blessing to someone out there. So don't be shy. This is a free house. This is a free atmosphere. So let's know what's going through your mind. So the myth of time management. This is a myth. Trust me, you guys. Time management is a myth. And you're going to know why time management is a myth this evening. Hello, Chimzi Wendy. Thank you so much for joining. I can see Castudia. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I feel so loved. Thank you so much for joining. And go ahead and share the video so some other friends can join us. So we're talking about the myth of time management. First of all, someone is wondering, is time management a myth? Is it a myth? You guys, at the end, you would understand what I mean by the myth of time management. First of all, I'm going to start with a story. Jake Hockey, thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited. Hello, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly. Go ahead and share the video. Come in and say hi and where you're coming from and what you're grateful for. So I'll start with a story. This happened to me 2 weeks ago. And that was what made me start thinking about this whole time management thing. So 2 weeks ago, I was sitting on my table. So every morning before I start my day, I usually do something. It's a routine for me. So in my idea book, I write out what I want to do for the day and then put my time and everything. So this particular day, I had a lot of things to do. I had schoolwork to do. I had work after school. And I also had some personal tasks I had to achieve that day. And then I was, putting my time together. And you guys, at the end of the day, it was not because I was lazy, but I really wanted to get all these things achieved that day. And I was sad because after I removed my school time, I removed my work time, I removed my eating time, sleeping time, and everything, the time was not enough, guys. I still had other things I wanted to achieve, and I felt that no matter what you do, you cannot achieve these things today. And then I was like, trust me, the next thing that came to my mind was time management. But they say you can manage time. And immediately, I was like, time management, okay. Bam, bam, bam. I went to my computer and I checked, what is the meaning of management actually? See, for the first time, I consciously checked the meaning of management. Guys, do you know what management is? It means a process of controlling something or someone. And I was like, it's not possible to control time. It's not possible to manage time. So, what is that we can manage if we cannot manage time? I found out that what they've been teaching us all our life in school, time management, this management, it's actually a myth. You can't manage time. And then guess something else I found out. A lot of people, because they feel, I can't manage time. I couldn't do it now. I couldn't do that now. They just leave it. But do you know that if you cannot manage time, what else? What then can you do? What you manage is your life. So what they should be teaching us is life management, not time management, because you can never manage time. There is a way to work to manage your life and maximize time, but you cannot manage time. Do we get it now? Do we get it now? If you get it, just say, yeah, I get it. If you get it, say, I get it. I want to see your comment, guys. I want to see your comments. If you get what I mean by time management, I want to know what you mean. I want to know what's going on through your mind. But if you disagree, guys, just put it out there. It's possible someone there does not agree. So we all have our opinions, and trust me, opinions are from deep thoughts. So I want to know what's going through your mind. Do you agree with me that time cannot be managed? Or do you think, no. There's actually something like, someone said, no, I don't get it. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you now. I'm going to explain it again. Now, time management is, what it automatically means is time controlling. Do you get? The word management means controlling something. So time control. So that's exactly what it means. So is it possible for you to control time? Now I brought a clock here with me. And this clock is ticking. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but obviously you can see that the clock is moving, right? If I could manage time, then I would hold this clock from moving and work according to what I want to work with. That means I can control time. But now, it's not possible for me to control time. Whether you like it or not, time would always pass by. But there is something you can control, which is your life. I get you, Castudia. I understand. Time, it's possible that you agree that time can be managed. It's possible, but I want to see your reason. So let's rub minds together, I want us to rub minds together. Give me your reasons why you think time should be managed. And I'm going to also share my reasons why I think that time cannot be managed. Instead, life can be managed. Because I think you are so funny. That isn't the meaning. Oh, it's possible. I don't know what you mean, but I want to know what your heart says. Just put what is going on through your mind there. Hello, Mimi Frank. Thank you so much for joining. Sonic Obiora, thank you so much. Bamishaya Victor, thank you so much for joining. Go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and say hi so I can, shout you out and know what's going through your mind. Now, I've shared my story with us that makes me understand that time cannot be managed. After that event that particular day, guess what I did? I had to write my priorities down on a paper. And I could only do the things that were very essential for that day. The things I could do. But the things that I couldn't do, I moved it to another day. Why? Because everyone has only 24 hours. Life and time is 2 in 1. Beautiful. I like how you broke it down. Because when you spend time, you spend life too. But I would also want you to understand that time is a measurement of our life. You can maximize time, but you cannot control it. You cannot really manage time. What you can manage is your life. There is a way to put your life in order and you can maximize it. I read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and I'm going to share something that Stephen Covey shared, a pattern of which you can use to manage your life. I'm going to be sharing a pattern of which you can use to manage your life. Okay, I love the path you're going, Custodia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comments. Keep it going. I want to see what's going through your mind. Do you really think that time can be managed? I don't think time can be managed, but I want to know what's going through your mind. What I think can be managed is life. I want to know what's going through your mind. Put down your thoughts there. Someone else could learn from it too. Now, there's something I call the 888 rule. Everyone has 24 hours in a day, right? Now, people sleep for 5 to 8 hours in a day. And maybe if you're working, here in Ukraine, the rule is that people work for 8 hours. So practically, you have roughly 8 hours to sleep, to do any other thing you want to do. 8 hours to roughly do whatever thing you want to do, to sleep, no, not to sleep. Sleep is 8 hours already. So the other 8 hours is for working, because in Ukraine, average here, they work for 8 hours in a day. And if you go to school, highest you can spend in school is 8 hours too. So apart from these 16 hours that are gone, you have like how many more hours to go? You have 8 more hours. So you have the remaining 8 hours to have your bath. You have the remaining 8 hours to cook, spend time with your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or anybody, do what you want to do, any other thing you want to do, gist with your friend and do something. Hello, Joseph said something. He said, that's some deep thinking. You can only control your life. Couldn't agree more. I think Custodia will do well to provide us the reasoning for the position taken. Yes, I want to know what's going through her mind too. Oh, thank you, Jedidiah Marebu, for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Hello, Chuka. Thank you so much for joining this evening. We are talking about the myth of time management, and I want to know what's going through your mind. We are saying that time cannot be managed, but you can manage your life. Management means control, and we can't control time, but we can control our lives and manage our lives and then maximize time. So beautiful. I love what is going on here. I want to see what is going through your mind. Drop your comments there. Drop your comments. So as I was talking about the 888 rule, I said we have 24 hours. Averagely, people sleep for 5 to 8 hours, depending on your age. That's the medical requirement. Then the other 8 hours, you work or you go to school. And then the remaining 8 hours, you have to do any other thing you want to do. Now, this is what I've noticed about most people. Because you have the remaining roughly 8 hours, you maybe have your bath for almost 30 minutes. Some ladies or men say have their bath for almost 30 minutes. Some people will spend time, 2 hours of the 8 hours on social media, or even 3 hours on social media. The remaining 2 hours, you gist for 1 hour. And then transport to school or walking to school will take another almost 30 minutes going and coming. So many things. Now, this is the 8 hours you're supposed to use to do something important. And I want to talk about that important time because that is actually what makes a difference in your life. That particular 8 hours remaining is what most people are supposed to use in investing in their lives. That one is going to be another talk for another day. But I'm highlighting it here because it's possible for you to adjust the other 8 hours, both for your sleeping and the other 8 hours for your work or your school. Now, I'm going to give you an idea how I used mine. When I discovered that time was my life. So just in agreement with what Custodia was saying. But time is my life, but I cannot control time. Whether I like it or not, just like $24 is given to you every day, whether you like it or spend it or waste it, you're going to lose it at the end of the day. So I try my best. What can I do so that I can maximize this 24 hours? What can I do that I can give out this $24 for and get something great in return? How can I maximize this $24 I have, which is your 24 hours a day? Okay, I'm going to share my own practical method with you, which may be helpful to you, or you can drive your own method of managing your 24 hours. I shared it into 3. 8 hours for sleeping, 8 hours for work or school, and 8 hours for any other thing you want to do. Sleep, cooking, talking with people, investing in yourself, reading books and all that. So, with my monthly goals, this is what I did. I had to shorten my sleep hours to 5 hours every day. So that was really, really stressful, and sometimes my body had to get used to it. But I noticed that my mornings are very effective for me. So if I wake up at 5, I can do some things, quickly do some things that I'm supposed to do in the day, and gain and work and maximize that time I have. Because even if I choose to sleep, I will still lose the time like every other person. So what did I do? I tried to work, to do the things I have to do with that time. Another thing I do is, when walking to the bus station to take a bus to school, I could put my earpiece on and I could be reading an audio book. I'm listening to an audio book. Guys, this is very helpful. I want you to take note of this. Ways you can use your this what you're doing here is managing your life. You're not necessarily going to control time, but you've adjusted your life so that you can maximize time. Do you understand? You maximize, you adjust your life. You're managing your life. You're trying to control your life so that you can maximize time. You cannot control time, but you can control your life. So when I walk to the bus station, I choose, okay, let me quickly finish what I'm saying and I can read other people's comments. So when I'm walking to the train station, I try to listen to audiobooks or a message or anything I want to listen to, or even a music or something good, and I could or meditate on my way, something, just doing something, or maybe talking with a friend, something like that. Then another thing is when I get into the bus, I don't just sit down in the bus and look around and admire the trees and all that. That could be beautiful. But what I do is I try to read a book. It takes me like 30 minutes to get to my class from the bus station to my class. So what I do is that I maximize that time. Now, if you have a car and you drive yourself to work, you could play an audio book in your car. You could listen to a message in your car. This is a way you can gain and still be doing what you have to do. You're trying to adjust your life so that you can maximize time. Another thing is the break times you have during work. You could use it to do something. You could use it to watch an educating video. You can use it to read, even if it's half chapter of a book, something. Don't waste that time. Try to do this thing so that at the end of the day, you can fully give account of how you spent that $24, which is your 24 hours. That's my own method of how I tried to maximize my time. I've controlled my life and I'm still working at it. I'm not good yet. I'm still a struggle in so many ways, but it's been quite helpful. When I realized I couldn't control time, I decided to control my life. So let me read the comments and see what is going on. Custodia said, every second people make good use of their time and earn and learn. If there was no time, your existence will be void. The little time you have, make use of it. Make good use. Well, let me see. Make good use or bad use of something. You are trying to control that thing. Okay, I love where you're coming from. That's good. I love your idea. Joseph said, with due respect to Custodia, the fact that Hawkins asserted that we are living in time doesn't take away the submission made by peace, that we hardly have control over time. For time is independent, of our control. The argument which even Hawkins' proposition has been unable to contradict is that we can only have control over our lives, which is very true. You can't control time, but you can control your life. Assuming without considering that we actually live in time, the statement made by Hawkins even goes to show that our existence is dependent on time, which we live in. An object that existed long before we existed, and we will still exist even after we cease to. So true. Custody also said, we aren't literally defining time control. To control time, you have to go 100% speed of light, but this is not possible. Only 99 speed of light that we can ever travel. Yeah, Custody, I get where you're coming from, and I appreciate your view so much. I appreciate your view. But what I'm trying to let people understand is this. Now, there are two things that we are working on here. Time control and life control. What I understood that the teaching of time management has done to a lot of people is that it has made them to focus on what they cannot control instead of focusing on what they can control. All my life, I've been taught time management. Some people have chosen not to do a lot of things because they feel, I don't have time for it, I can't do it, I don't have time, school has taken my this, that, and that. But if people should change their focus to what they can really control, then we will not be bothering so much about time management. You automatically see that you maximize your time. I want the focus here to change from time management, because you can control time, to what? Life management, because that is what you can really control. I hope you get my view now. A man who dares to waste an hour of his time has not discovered the true value of life. So true. So true. So true. So true. But very, very true. And because the only way you can actually maximize time is to control your life and control the things you do. Our time is fast spent. And I want to share something very important before we end today. I want to know what's going through your mind. Keep the comments coming. I want to know what's going through your mind. Thank you so much, Clement, for that wonderful comment. And thank you, every other person. I want to know what's going through your mind. Now, I want to share a principle that Stephen Covey shared in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that has actually been very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. If you want to know that principle, I want to see a yes from you in that comment. I want to be sure you're following. If you want to see or hear the principle, I would love to see your yes or something to be sure you're following. I'm waiting. I want to be sure you're following. If you really want to see or hear the principle, I want to be sure you're following. Yep. I don't want to take so much of your time. I want to be sure you're following. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So let's go on. So Stephen Covey shared 4 things that our time can be categorized in. Are you listening? There are 4 things that your life can be categorized in. And I want you to listen carefully. Thank you so much, Anyangu Valerie, for joining. Thank you, Peculiar, for joining. Go ahead and say hi and get into what we're talking about. And I want to know what's going through your mind. So I'm going to share the 4 categories of our time. Like 4 categories our time can be put into. The first one is urgent and important things. What are urgent and important things? Urgent and important things are things like, let me say, deadlines, crises. These are things you cannot help. They are very urgent and they are important things. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Ali, for joining. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank God for joining. Go ahead and share the video. Say hi so that everyone will know you're in the house. And I want to know what's going through your mind as you listen and go on. So we're talking about the myth of time management. Thank you, Arinze, for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the first category is urgent and important things. Urgent and important things are things like crisis. Let me say someone just died right now and you know this will take time. You need to attend to it. Or just something that came up, or someone fell sick. You quickly have to go to the hospital. This is something you cannot help. You just have to attend to it. That is the first category of the things our time goes into. The second thing is non-urgent and important things. These things are not urgent, but they are very important in our lives. These things could be like investing in yourself, like reading books, attending conferences, doing different things. The first one I said is urgent and important. Second one is they are not urgent, but they are very important. These things could be like investing in yourself, as I said, prevention of something, reading books, planning your future, putting something together. These things are not urgent, but they are very, very important. The third category is urgent and non-important things. These things are very urgent too, but they are not important. For example, someone just visited your house. You have to attend to the person. It's not really important though, but you shall have to just talk to the person. A visitor came to your house. It's not necessarily important, but it's urgent. So you attend to the person. A phone call came. One of your friends that you've not talked to for a long time, and he just called you, and you picked up the call to answer the person. It's urgent, but it's not very, very important. Then the last thing is It's not urgent and it's not important. Trust me, a lot of things fall into this category. First, things like watching the television, going to Facebook, FaceTime, Instagram, all these things, sending emails to people, doing different things. Every kind of time waster can be found in this category. So remember, the first one is urgent and important things. These things are really urgent and they're important. Then the second category is this thing is not urgent but is very important. The third one is not urgent and is not important. Then the other one is urgent and not important. Do we understand? I hope I made sense. I hope I made sense. So now, from Steve Covey, he made us understand that the things that really take our time are 1 and 2. The 1 and 2 that really take our time are what? The urgent and important things. For example, crises or immediate things you have to do now. That are the first ones that take your time. Then the second thing that take our time is also the number 4. No, it's number 1 and number 4. The things that are not urgent and the things that are not important. For example, Facebook and the rest of them. Now, where self-development really lies is in the second one. It's not urgent, but it's important. This is where you find things like prevention, planning, investing in yourself, and this is where you should actually focus on. And this is an advice I want to give you. No matter what you do every day, try to categorize your life or whatever the activities you have to do every day in these 4 places. And when you do it, you will be able to know what I'm supposed to kick off and what I'm supposed to do more. If you are there, just say hello, say hi, so I can know you are there. Just say hello, say hi. Thank you so much for joining, Julia Ngoya. Thank you so much. Now, before I end for today, I just want to make you understand this. You cannot really control time, but there is something you can control, and it's your life. Hello, Daniela. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You cannot really control time, but there is something you can control, your life. And you have to handle this with so much care. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you so much for joining. So, all these things that we've shared today, one thing I want you to go home with is, how can I really control my life? Now, every single thing I shared here today is on my blog already, and I'm going to put the link on this video. Both the 4 categories that our lifestyle has been placed in. You can go to peaceuc.com on my blog and check out this article. Everything is listed there for you. And trust me, this is really going to be helpful. Don't ever think that you cannot do everything you want to do. There are some things you don't need to do, but there are things that you can do. And when you put these things together, you'll be able to manage your life, because we cannot necessarily control or manage time. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. But guess what? Before we go, I want to know one thing that you learned today. If you are there, I want to know one thing that you're going home with today. And I don't mind waiting to see your comments. So I want you to quickly, type something that you learned today. Type something that you learned today. I want to know something that you learned today. It's helpful to me too, because I can learn from you and everyone else can learn from you. So I want to know what you learned today. I want to know what you learned today. I want to know what you learned today. So quickly write down something that you learned today. I'm waiting. Ijoma Imezwe, thank you so much for joining. I want to know what you learned today. I want to know what you learned today. Yep. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. If you're there, I want to know what you learned today. I want to know what you learned today. Quickly put out your comment there. I want to know what you learned today. I'm waiting. I want to know what you learned today. I'm waiting. We are done. We are done. I want to just know what you learned today. And I don't mind waiting. Okay. And as your comments are coming, I want to remind you again, you can always, I'll put a link on the video. You can go ahead and check the website and you can read everything. And you know, I want to know what's going through your mind. Let's put down your questions there. Put down any confusion that you have. Just, Casadia said time management. So beautiful. Casadia, you can go to the blog and peaceuc.com. I'm going to attach the link to this video. And I want to know what is going through your mind. I want to know everything. Just put it down there. Someone could learn from your view. And I really appreciate that a lot. I'm going to put a link here. So I want to see your comment there. Go ahead and tell me what you think. So thank you guys. I will check your comments later. So I don't keep you here for too long. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Thank you so much. Samilora, thank you so much for joining. We are already done, but you can go ahead and rewatch the video. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Love you. Bye.